Here we go. This is the final of the US Open Crokinole Championships of 2024. 42 teams descended onto the town of Voorheesville, New York to determine who would be this year's champion, and it boils down to these two great teams. We have the Power Flickers, Ray Beierling and Jason Beierling, versus Whose Hammer Is It?, the team of Langill and Paul Brubacher. They had a great run to get to this final, and now they are ready to settle it on the board. As is tradition at the US Open and all extra pint events, they start with a volley to determine who will have first hammer. Jason very excited about that 20, and he gets to choose that they will begin with having hammer in the first round. The crowd is ready. Are you ready? Because here we go. Langill, I believe, will be the first to shoot. Got to do a little fist bump. These guys all good friends, have met and played each other many a times. Here we go, getting things started. Langill with an open 20. Drains it to get things started. Ray Beierling says, I can do that too. Oh, Paul overpowers that one. Maybe a bit of extra energy coming off him with from the crowd. Jason has a beautiful roll away, but he leaves it up in the pegs so that Ron is at least able to keep it in the house. Even in the 20s, but with the Beierlings having hammer, they're going to be quite content to stay away. Keep this away from the 20 hole, and they will be they'll be in fantastic shape in this first round. This is a race to 12. Another unique feature. Oh, wow, as Ron goes for the bounce back 20 and just barely overpowers it. Another unique thing about the US Open is Jason Malloy does, for some reason, like to have a race to 12 because 11 just isn't quite enough. See if Jason's able to convert on this. Puts them up a 20 and still have a hammer and a disc on. So they're in great shape in this first round. Ron makes short work of that with the off 20. Oh, a little bit of a flipper there. Almost dropped. That was a heavy hanger. Good attempt by Paul Brubacher, just not quite able to convert. Back in the same situation, tied in the 20 cup, and the Beierlings playing possum here, doing everything they can to keep it away from a 20 for the team of Whose Hammer Is It? Ron content to hit and stick, although he may have left an opening here. Ray able to convert the 20, does not get the off, but they're still in great shape. Oh, just a little long on that offer. Jason with the hit and stick, leaving it on the right side of the hole, though Langill is fantastic at this shot. Unable to convert this time. Coming down to the final shots here. Ron's going to need a follow-through 20 to even make Jason shoot. Unable to convert on that. This one is... Jason does need the off, and that's a little bit of an interesting situation. Makes easy work of it, though. Get one more 20. The Power Flickers go up 2-0 in this race to 12. Ray misses with that opening shot, giving Whose Hammer Is It an opportunity here. Oh, Paul going for the light touch. He missed the part where he's supposed to get the touch. Jason having to lean off to an awkward angle. Unable to secure his 20 either. Oh, great shot by Langill. Gets one off and the 20. Ray settles in, drains that open 20. Let's see if Brubacher is able to convert on this one. He is. Doesn't get the off, but they're still in good shape here. They've got hammer this round. All the players seem to be settling in a little bit now. There's a lot of energy in the room. when it comes to the finals of the US Open. We compete all day in the Legion. They take fantastic care of us there, very welcoming crew. And then for all the final matches of the day, we moved up to Indian Ladder Farms, one of the sponsors of the US Open, and another very welcoming establishment. Great people, always been supportive of Crokinole and the US Open. And as you can see, all the teams sticking around because they want to see who's going to take this down. And as we see Ron make another great off in a 20. Ray goes a bit long. Opening up an opportunity here for Paul Brubacher. Oh, that was going until that blue disc came back and denied him. Power Flicker's looking closely at this. I think he will be able to convert on it. Yep. Used his own to make sure that it came back in. Ron says, I can do that too. Down to a 4-button round as we're tied. Ray continuing to struggle on those open 20s just a little. Oh. Jason pushing for that follow through off 20. Just a little bit off. Ron and Paul are in good shape here. I wouldn't say they've got this secured. Oh, great shot, great lead. Gets the off. Leaves his disc slightly posted there. Power Flicker's running out of bullets. They're getting a little desperate, throwing some Hail Marys here. Let's see. Paul may be able to ice this right here. Off 20 would do it. There it is. Money shot.
There's the Paul Brubacher we know and love.
Whose hammer is it? Evening the score at 2-2. Paul Brubacher first to act in this round. Getting closer, just a little off. Crowd definitely enjoying the action here. Power Flickers, the Beierlings are up a 20 with hammer in pretty good shape here. Brubacher squeezes that in. Jason sizing things up to determine whether he's able to, what he wants to do here. I think he's going to be going for the off 20. Oh, looks like the Power Flicker powered up on that one, looking for the double. Let's see if he pays for that now. Oh, wow. Oh, great roll away by Ray Beierling, forcing Brubacher to shoot through the pegs, which he makes easy work of. Great shot. Right up Hogan's alley. Jason looking at his options, decides to take that one on the outside, which that's a good call. What he's Ron Langill may be able to get into the house off of that, but he's certainly, I wouldn't say he can't make a 20 because he's pretty crafty. That's about what I expected. He was able to roll in. I think they also decided to leave this for Ray Beierling to have that attempt at an off in a 20, which would have put them in fantastic shape. Oh, Brubacher going for a fantastic shot of his own, just a little off on that rebound 20. Jason going to be content to stay outside. What a great shot. His partner and brother Ray applauding that effort because it was a great roll. Ray taking that disc on the far side, leaving Brubacher. They're just being mean at this point. They are leaving Ron and Paul with just tough shots all the way around. Brubacher did make contact. That was such a thin angle. Power flicker's in better position now. Oh. They're still in pretty good shape here, having final shot up at 20. That is not what Ron Langill was hoping for. Rolling on the outside definitely puts the Beierlings in even more control of this round. Ray leaves us in another great spot. It's not going to be that hard for Paul Brubacher to hit this, but it's going to be nearly impossible for him to make anything happen out of it. Although he is pretty awesome at these little slice 20s that shots like that he was so close to getting that 20. Ron and Paul looking at each other, kind of chuckling, going, what are we going to do now? We're running out of bullets. We're running out of options here. Okay, look at, there's Crafty. Ron, he was trying to catch a peg, then the blue disc in hopes of bringing it back in the house, but all for naught. Ray wisely does some quick math there to figure out what he needed to do with that final shot, and they go up 4-2 in this race to 12. Jason starts with the open 20. Ron answers back. Oh, Paul Brubacher first to miss. Putting the power flickers in a good position again. Not sure if Jason was pushing for the follow through 20 or just pushing through for exactly what he got. Maybe he was happy with either. Ron rolls that to an interesting spot, forcing Ray's going to have to shoot that through the house. And there's also a chance he's going to leave Brubacher with an angle in off of this one. Jason asked him to leave that on. They are up a 20 and quite content to play possum, make their opponents waste shots on the outside. Ron says, I don't want to play that silly game. Let's roll this back in the house. See, Ray might be sizing up a double here. That would be pretty aggressive, but I wouldn't put it past him. Oh, no, not at all. Oh, what a great shot. What a miserable position to leave Brubacher in. Although Ron thinks he sees something here. Go through his own, catch the blue into the 20. I'm not... From this angle, I'm not convinced it's there, but they, yeah. They're looking at it. Maybe it is a possibility. Ooh, closer than I thought it might be. The Beierling's going to take whatever shot is going to not leave their opponents with many options. Ron almost able to carve that in regardless. We'll see if Beierling goes for a double. Nope, content to play on the outside. Brubacher's not going to be able to do much with that disc that's close to him, and with the one that Ray opted to take out, that also is not going to leave Brubacher with a great option. Although, it comes around to Ron Langill, he may be able to work with that blue disc on his own side. He may have an angle in 20 there. Go. This could be their opportunity to carve their way back into this. Ron lining it up. Oh, what a great shot. Crowd definitely appreciating that shot by Ron Langill. Puts them back in a pretty good position. Not out of the woods yet. Whose hammer in it? Whose hammer is it? Has hammer. Hopefully they're aware of whose hammer it is, because pretty important in this particular round. All tied up in the 20 cup. It's going to come down to what's on the board is going to be the difference maker. Jason Beierling content to hit and stick on the outside. They do have that blue disc quite well posted in the house. I don't think Ron has any option other than to try to hammer it off that peg, just like that. Money shot. It's situations like this that my experience is the Beierlings are fantastic. They slow things down. They really take their time. Not that that's the secret to success, but they do. They are very, very smart about figuring out how to give themselves at least a chance to take a round. You'd see some teams that would just go, oh, well, we're behind the 8 ball here. I guess we're going to lose this one. But yeah, the Beierlings are very, very good at creating an opportunity out of nothing. But that said, they weren't able to create something out of nothing in that particular round. I would say it's great crokinole when it comes down to the final shot of the round to really determine it. That round was a battle, as is this match, as they're knotted up 4 points each. Ron, a little excited about winning that last round, overpowers his first shot. You have referee Berger getting excited about something there in the background. Paul Brubacher pushing for that follow through 20, a little off on his angle. The weight was pretty darn good. Jason said to Ray, it's going to go that way anyway. I may as well go for the 20. Oh, Ron a little off again. Yeah, putting themselves in a... Well, that scoreboard is a little bit off there. The power flickers are actually up 2 20s and maybe 3. Yep, there you go. 3 little mistakes, 3 20s for the opponent. Oh, a bigger mistake there as he Super Steves goes all the way through the house. See if he left an opportunity for Paul to carve in here. He does carve in, but a little off on the weight and the angle. Jason quite content with that. I'll say that scoreboard is off. The power flickers are actually up 3 20s to 0 in this round. Very much in control between that and the hammer. Beierling's content to stick on the outside. Probably a good time to talk about this being a National Crokinole Association tour. So aside from the bragging rights of being the US Open 2024 champions, they're also fighting for 50 points in the NCAA standings. And also, just because they like to be a little bit different, the prize is $1,001. Can't be $1,000, it's $1,001. So whoever wins is going to have to split up that last buck and 50 cents each, or maybe whoever makes the winning shot gets to keep the extra $1. That would be up to the champions to determine. As we come down to the last couple inconsequential shots of this round, Beierling set to go up 6-4 in this race to 12. Pretty much that's the highlight of that round, was some takeout 20s. Ray comes up a little short on that open 20 offering. Let's see if Paul's able to utilize this, make him pay for that mistake. Oh, overhits it just a little bit. Doesn't get the off or the 20. Jason looking at his options here. That is a thin slice, but he gets it. What a great shot. More applause from his brother. They're against the hammer, but they're up a 20. Ron trying to carve in. Catches a post. Great roll by Ray Beierling, leaving it right behind the post. Oh, wow. Great dig by Paul Brubacher. That was a fantastic shot. There was not a lot of disc showing around that peg. Great leave by Jason. He looked displeased with it, but I think he's pretty good. I don't think Ron's going to be able to squeeze in, and clearly Ron didn't think so either, as he opts to just drive it through the house. These guys are back to being mean. They might seem nice, but wow, they like to leave their opponents with some unfun shots. Ah, nice. Ron rolls that over in front of his partner, Paul, but at some point, these gentlemen may want to look at a peel and get the Beierlings away from the silly game they're playing. That game being the game of staying on the outside and leaving your opponents without much for options. Ron almost able to carve that in. Now they've got some options here, because Brubacher having that disc in front of himself there is going to give him something to work with when it comes around to his shot. Ray opts to take the easier shot rather than... Alright, let's see if Paul's able to convert on this. Ooh, unable to carve that in. 3 shots left for each team. The hesitation here is I think Jason is concerned about setting Ron up for a double. It might, he's nodding. He seems pretty happy with himself. Ron's still looking to see if it's there, but there's probably a peg right in the middle of that line. Ooh, crafty. The assist, and that was well done. That was a very well done assist. One, it's in a great position, and two, I don't know that Ray has any options to disrupt that, to get rid of that setup. They're looking at it now. They are looking at the option of Ray shooting straight into his own disc to take the assist away, take the setup away from Brubacher. The challenge with that is that they could be leaving themselves too far down as far as the score on the board. Whose hammer is it with 2 shots left here? If Paul is able to convert on this 20, and often a 20 would be amazing, and even just a 20 would have them in not too bad a shape. Paul may be concerned with, after he hits that blue disc, catching his own on its way off the board. Oh, great touch. Obviously settling just for the off. So they're tied in the 20 cup. They're doing the math here now, because it's really going to come down to whatever's left on the board. So the Beierlings are trying to leave themselves in a position that they are going to have 4 discs on, assuming that Jason just doesn't knock one of his own in the process here. It's going to leave him with 4 discs on, but Ron will have, Ron's definitely going to have a shot in his final shot of, Jason talking about carving that up into the house. I'm not sure how he's going to do that without knocking his own 5 off the board. It would almost be like a follow-through type of shot in order to accomplish that. Let's see what he's able to do. Ron asking Paul what that disc is on the far side. He says it's a 10. It means the Beierlings are sitting with 35 on the board. Yeah. Ron needs to get rid of a lot. Down in the comments section, what do you think? What do you think Ron should do with this shot? How does one go about getting a lot of blue off the... Oh, wow. Yep. Yeah, they did... you know what? They fought back in that round, and they gave themselves a shot. It was a tough shot, but they gave themselves a shot. So well done there. Beierling's now up 8-4 in this race to 12. Brubacher first to miss, and he leaves Jason Beierling a nice setup there. Jason makes short work of it. Hear the crowd getting back into it. There, Paul finds his range. Paul has certainly experienced this atmosphere before. He's been to the US Open a couple of times, but this would be his first trip to the finals. So it is a very interesting experience sitting at that finals table. There's a lot of energy and a lot of fun going on. And yeah, Paul certainly seems to be enjoying his experience. Like anybody else who goes to that tournament, I am sure he will be back. They opened up the field this year to allow, I think 2023 they had 32 teams. This year they opened it up to 42 teams, and it's still sold out in like an hour and a half. This is an extremely, extremely attractive tournament that just brings people from far and wide. Back to the action here. The players are running out of room in their 20 cup as they're just draining 20 after 20 after 20. One of the other cool things they do at the Extra Pint Club and these tournaments is they have jackpots, and one of them is I think they call it Shoot the Moon, and that's when if it goes twice around the board with everybody sinking their 20s, then the 4 players at that table win a jackpot, and just a lot of fun. And that one's extra fun because you end up, then you're happy when you're happy for your opponents because you need your opponents to shoot well too in order for you to win that jackpot. This was a battle, but it's definitely slipping away from the team of Ron and Paul. They're down 3 20s at this point. And it looks like Ray has had enough of the 20s, and oh no, he was going for it. Greedy bugger. I respect it. Oh, Paul unable to convert on that, although inconsequential. They were running out of red bullets there. The cup runneth over for the Beierlings on the 20s in this particular round. 10 of their 12 shots ended up in the 20 cup. 11 of their 12 shots ended up in the 20 cup. Wow. Beierlings now with a commanding lead, up 10-4 in this race to 12. Oh, Jason is already thinking about the trophy maybe as getting ahead of himself as he overpowers that open 20. As does Ray. Paul looking for a follow through here likely. Oh, wow. That's dirty. That is dirty. Hit that post and came right back. Who's Hammer in? It's in pretty good shape here. They're up at 20. They've got the hammer. It's their turn to try to play some possum and not leave the Beierlings with anything to work with. Interesting setup for Paul here. Let's see. It's going to take a light touch. See what he's able to do. Oh, yep. That extremely light touch. I'm not sure it was even possible to convert a 20 out of that. That one clearly was possible to convert a 20 out of. Who's Hammer in it? Sitting with 3 discs on. Double takeout by Ray Beierling. Jason stepping off to one side, trying to squeeze in. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's going to be in the highlights at the end of this round. Wow, that was, I didn't think that was there. Knotted up in the 20 cup. Who's Hammer in it still? Whose hammer is it still in decent shape here? They've got hammer. And a disc on. Jason's been making some pretty amazing off 20s. Let's see if he's able to convert on this one. Oh. Wasn't there to go straight in, so he went after that peg. Ron weighing out his options. I'm guessing there's a slight temptation to go for the 20, but the risk with that is if you almost get it, you run the risk of setting your opponents up. Nice off and roll. Put himself in a pretty good position here. I'm sure Beierling would love to have a 20, but probably not too upset with that leave, because once again he's leaving Paul Brubacher with an uncomfortable shot here. Paul's going to be looking to drive that blue into the peg. Oh, wow. I don't know if he was going for that or not, but wowzer. That was very close to a rebound 20. Sure, the Beierlings are looking to just ice this right here in this round and not give Ron and Paul any life to squeeze their way back into this match. Simple takeout. Ray trying to hide behind that post, and if he had been able to hide behind the post and drew a miss at a Brubacher, they would have ended up with 10 points each on the board to tie that round. And in a normal NCAA match that was a race to 11, that would have been enough to do it. But in this case, where it's that uniqueness of a race to 12, it wouldn't have finished it. Regardless, here we are at 10-6 for the Power Flickers. Beierling's in good position here. They only need 2 points to secure the win. They have the hammer in this round. Players settling into their open 20s. Oh, Paul overpowers it, but it looks like that's going to live. Looks like that is just touching the line. Nice takeout by Jason. I don't think he had a lot of discs to look at there. Beierling's in pretty good, even better position now. What a great roll away. Get play on the outside. That's exactly where they want it. Jason checking in with Ray to see if he's happy with him. Yeah, I think he was trying to leave it in between the posts. He put it just a little further in than he meant to, but he still didn't leave Ron with a lot of options here. Ron's going to need to would have needed to utilize a peg in order to create a 20 out of that. Now, Power Flicker's in even better position now, sitting 2 discs on with the hammer. And 2 discs on in between pegs, not in great positions. Nice dig by Paul Brubacher. Yeah, Beierling's in great shape here. 6 shots left for each team. Ron trying to make something happen off a peg and didn't mean to, but he rolled himself outside of the house. Ray, great roll. It's shots like that that go unappreciated, but look what he did there. He rolled that just up enough to not give Brubacher an angle in off of that. Oh, Brubacher tries to jam that in off the other blue disc that was on the board. You can see Jason looking at Ray saying, "Can I go for it?" He wanted to go for that 20 so bad. If Jason had drained that 20, it basically it would have been a nail in the coffin. But it was also risky to go for it. Big brother Ray wisely talked him down and said, "No, man, just get the off and leave them in more awkward positions." That's the strategy that's been working for them. Yeah. Ron displeased with that offering, loses his shooter. Ray pretty much ices it right there. Beierling's up at 20. Paul trying to make something out of nothing, carves in. Jason makes him pay. They go up 3-1. Last few shots basically inconsequential. Another tradition at the US Open tournament and any extra pint tournament is the winners get to enjoy a beverage from the yard. I think we see a little clip of that at the end of this video maybe. Jason with one more highlight 20 as he powers that through. Whose hammer in it? Whose hammer is it? What a terrible name to try to say. It's almost as bad as trying to say discs on video all the time. That's why we choose to call them buttons, Mr. Red Herring. Your US Open 2024 champions are the Power Flickers, the team of Ray Beierling and Jason Beierling. And here we see a clip of them enjoying that yard. It is a great honor to enjoy a beverage from that yard, I must say. And the Beierlings have done that once, twice, 3 times. They are 3-time champions of the 4 years it has run. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you consider going to the US Open next year. Always a fantastic time and a fantastic NCA, National Crokinole Association experience. Make it a great day.